record to the cloud. We're recording now.
All right, thank you so much, Thomas. I appreciate it. So, Diana, Thomas is now, it is now being recorded as Thomas has it set up, so we can then distribute this session to the ADs and DDs that are unable to attend.
Okay, thank you.
And we also, you said we have 6 or 7 contest chairs already assigned. Is that correct, Diana?
Yes, that's correct. Actually, we have more than that.
Awesome, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to sign out and sign back in. My screen is not allowing me to hit this button here to clear the message out of the center. So I'm going to log out and then I'll log back in.
Okay.
Let me. Yeah, my screen is frozen.
You're still here.
Yeah, I know my screen is frozen for some reason. I'm on my laptop.
Well, it's not. I see your mouth moving.
Okay.
If
All
your
right,
screen
I'll
was,
just leave it like it.
if your screen was frozen,
Yeah,
it
okay.
wouldn't show your mouth moving. And I can see your smile,
When
so
you-
you're good. You're good to go.
Okay.
All right. Well, so Diana, I think on the agenda you shared with me that I am opening it up, or you are. I don't recall. Right.
Yes, you're opening up.
Okay. Well, you all just tell me when you're ready. It's 7:01.
Okay, I think we'll give everybody just a few more minutes to
Okay.
log
All right.
in. Yeah. It's good to see everyone. Yes, I've been receiving a lot of flyers and it's amazing how creative everyone is with the
Yeah.
flyers. And Thomas
Wonderful.
is uploading them. Yes, yeah, I think when y'all go to the website and you see the flyers, you'll be surprised at
Wonderful.
how creative everyone is. Yeah, great themes.
Hi, Julia. It's good to see you.
Hey, Manny, how are you doing?
I'm doing. Put it that way.
I hear you.
I'm living. I'm alive.
There's a lot to be said for that these days.
True.
I'm going back and forth from a podcast conference that's in town that's happening at the Sheraton Dallas. So that just started today. Registration.
Ah. Oh, that's a Dallas event you were telling me about?
Yeah, podcast movement.
Very good. So are you participating or are you one of the
So had
event
some pretty good
people?
networking over there already.
Oh,
Got
cool.
before registration even.
Very nice. Very nice. Keep on going strong, Thomas. You'll be great one day.
Excuse me, Thomas is already great, you all right?
I say so too. For
Well-
a gentleman I had not met till 2 years ago, look what he's done to our website. And now he's an area director. Way to go, Thomas.
I try to take on as much as I can.
Yeah, know what you mean. No, well, actually, what I meant was becoming Alexander the Great. So Hmm.
Just connect, just be here, be with us. Let's make something good. And so we hope that's interesting. Of course, we are so thankful that this project is with us this year. We've been asking
Sounds like someone has their TV on.
for years now. And so
Yeah, someone has a TV on.
know that our future is bright.
But Naomi has the power of the mute button, don't you, Naomi?
Our goal is to love to
Yes, ma'am, and I will use.
Got him.
Okay, great.
Greg, I'm gonna use the mute all. If you need to talk, just unmute yourself again. I'm gonna mute all right now.
All right.
Do you want some music? It's too quiet, you all.
It
There
is a bit quiet.
Yes. There will be a feedback link in the chat posted throughout tonight's session. Please complete that feedback link so we can know how well we did with presenting this session and how we can improve for future sessions. Thank you, everyone.
There's 25 people in the room right now. How many are you expecting?
We had 32 that registered.
But I think you can start, don't you?
Yes, I think we
so.
should. Because 7:05, and I think we want to cover as much as we can before 8 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Central. All right. Well, can I begin?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Manny, for your attendance and offering this session tonight, both you and Diana. This is our leadership learning webinar on quality contest, presenting you with the changes from the 2022-2023 Toastmasters International Convention. And at this time, I would like to first give our District Director, Christy Peterson, an opportunity to say hello before we turn this session over to Manny and Diana. Take it away, Christy.
Well, I will do just that. Say hello. Since we got a late start, I defer my time to questions at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. And now I would like to introduce our Program Quality Director, Manny Garcia, Distinguished Toastmaster, and our Quality Contest Chair, Diana Pritchard, Distinguished Toastmaster. The floor is yours.
All right. Good evening. And Diana, thank you so much for all the hard work that you're doing. Naomi, thank you so much. And everyone here today. Last count I heard a minute ago, we had 25. Hopefully we're up at 30. And I'm very happy that 32 registered. This year's contest 2022-23, meaning this Toastmasters year 2022-2023, is going to be an exciting year. Even though many of us wanted in-person or hybrid, we all agree by democracy that we will go in person for everything. Sorry, virtual for everything. With that said, though, we will make some significant improvements to the one we did in 2021, 2022. And we are looking forward for that to be, for this year to be outstanding quality contest. Of course, not because of, not just the committee, but you area directors, you division directors, you contest chairs, and all the candidates and role holders of the contest, and our wonderful members of District 50 who will come out and support each and every contest that takes place over the next few months for fall and for spring of next year. With that said, I want to welcome everyone. Listen keenly. There will be lots of information shared. I will know there will be lots of questions afterwards. And we do have a follow-up session to this, a half-hour session on Thursday, again with the learning workshops that Naomi is doing. And we ask you to please attend if you will, if you have more questions beyond tonight. With that said, I want to say thanks to everyone for being here today. And I look forward to seeing everyone over the next few months. Thank you so much. And I will now turn this over to Diana. The floor is yours. Thank you. You're on mute, Diana. You're still on mute. Naomi, can you try to unmute her? She's on mute. Thank you.
Working on it.
Thank you.
Just a small technical difficulty. Hold, please.
Right. While Diana is working on that, let me just say a little bit more then, so just to keep, to avoid the silence and anyone getting a little discontented about technology, not Diana. Um, Diana has a wonderful team that's helping her with this quality contest for this year. We have Julia Stallings, DTM, who's been around this district for such a long time. And she was very instrumental when we first kicked off our very first set of virtual contests back in 2020 when the COVID hit. So excellent member of the team right there. She has also Hermine. I don't remember her last name, and Diana will introduce them as she gets on the air. And then she has another person, I don't remember their name, but anyway, she has a team of 4. But in addition to that, we have our chief judge, Stu Presley, who will keep everyone in line and making sure we're complying with the policies of Toastmasters International, and his assistant chief judge for District 50, Lataya Buckham Andrews. So with that said, there's a very strong team, and of course we have program quality team overall. We will also be doing a mock a mock contest on Saturday at 10 a.m. again virtual. Again, we ask you all to please attend. I know we're asking multiple attendance this week, but it's for the success of the contests that are coming up pretty soon. Thank you. And Diana, are you good to go now?
No, we still don't have Diana. She logged in, she logged out and logged back in. and her connection is still locked up. But we do have a question from Carl Coos,
Okay.
Area Director for Area 43. Go ahead, Carl.
Thank you. Hey, Manny, for the mock contest this Saturday, where do we get the Zoom information? I looked on D50 website, I couldn't find it.
It's not, oh my. We'll get it on tonight, Carl.
Cool.
I apologize. Thank you
Great, thank you.
for mentioning that to us. I thought it was, okay, we'll get it on. Thank you. And the registration will be similar as today's. That and I believe Naomi will probably ask you to try to arrange one of those Zoom rooms for us so that we can everyone can follow the same process as today.
Yes, sir, will do.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Carl. Maybe Diana needs to join on her telephone. That might, maybe her
Yes.
computer.
Yes, I just turned off my laptop
Okay.
and just joined back in with another device. How handy.
Wonderful.
I am
Okay.
great.
Yay. Good job.
Let's get this party started. Okay, we're here to talk about quality contests, and I'm just so excited about the contest year. You know, as Manny said earlier, we were looking forward to in-person or either having our hybrid contest, but you know what? We're going to make the best of what we have here, which is virtual. And I just know that everybody is excited about contests, and I am too. And that's just one of my favorite things about contest season is getting to be part of it. If I'm competing or if I'm planning, whatever I can do related to contests, I just always have so much fun. And this season, I have pulled in some helpers. Julia Stallings is the co-chair. And Julia, can you tell us just real quick? I know your voice is you're struggling with your voice, but if you could just tell us a couple of things about yourself.
Yes, thank you so much, Diane. This is the worst thing that can happen to a Toastmaster, right? Thank you for having me here tonight. I am super excited. When Diane reached out to me, first it was just to talk. And how many of you have been there? How many of you have talked to a Toastmaster just to talk and you ended up in a leadership position? When will we learn to stop pulling up to just talk? But anyway, super excited to be Diane's co-chair this year, be a part of this contest team supporting Manny in his role. And as Manny said, I've been around since 2016. I've held multiple roles in the district and within clubs. Currently, another role that I am holding in the district is Assistant Division Director for Metro. I always have to think that out. Assistant Division Director for Metro. Back to you, Diane.
Okay, thank you, Julia. Thanks so much. And Julia is a little bit modest. She helped to put together mock contests and so many other tools that we use in contest season. And we'll talk about that some more later on. And I'd also like to introduce Joseph. Joseph Diaz is one of our key helpers. Joseph, are you where you can introduce yourself?
Yes. Yeah, I've been in Toastmasters like over 20 years, and I was busier or more active when I first joined. The past several years, I've kind of stepped back a little bit, but always have been around. My home club is Texas Dragon. We meet on Saturday mornings, and I've known Diana for a while, and I was helped out a little bit at our past conference we had, last year. But I enjoy working for her, and when you enjoy working for someone or a team, it just makes it easier. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Joseph. And Joseph is being a little modest too. He was kind of my go-to guy at the conference. Just every little thing that I needed, any detail that I needed handled, he took care of it. And so he is going to be helping me this season to review flyers He's our eagle eye for the year. Okay. And I'd also like to introduce Hermine. Hermine's also on our team. Hermine, can you tell us a couple of things about yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Hermine. I've been in Toastmasters since 2020. So I'm going 2.5 years. My home club is Frisco Speaks Up. I'm super excited to be helping Diana this year as part of the quality contest team. I think I'm just extra hands for whatever she needs, and super glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Hermine. She is keeping us all organized behind the scenes. You just have to have someone in the background keeping up with all the data that comes in, and she's going to help do all of that for me and help me keep up with all my emails and documents. So Hermine's magic behind the scene this year. So I want to talk a little more about some of the updates that we've had this year. As you all know, that the categories have changed for this coming year. So for the fall, we're going to have table topics and humorous contest. In the spring, we'll have the evaluation and international contest. And we'll keep you updated on what's coming up for spring, but it's important to remember now that we are having the table topics and we're having the humorous contest. Okay. Now, the format has changed a little bit this year as well. The format is that the club continues to do whatever they feel is right for them. If the club wants to have a bona fide contest, they're welcome to do that. If they want to have a showcase, they are welcome to do that, or they can simply appoint a member to represent them at the area contest. The showcase is a little less formal than the contest, in as much as I think one of the big differences is that if you have a showcase and the person that your club votes on to move up to the area level, if they go over time, then they aren't disqualified. They can still go to the area contest. It's just one little difference. It's a little informal, but it also gives the club and the members a chance to learn as they try to move on to the area contest. The area division and district contests are all going to be virtual, and we'll be helping you all along with that. As far as supplying the links, we have the contest calendar posted on the district website for everyone. So if you're just a contest fanatic like some of us, then you can log on to the District 50 website and see where Thomas has uploaded all of the dates of the contest, and you can just attend contests every weekend. We're having 6 this first weekend, September the 10th, and so I think we have 3 weekends of area contest, and then we have some on the Friday nights during September. But look at that calendar on the district website, and they'll give you the details. Regarding rules, the biggest change that we have this year is that if you're going to compete in the international contest, you must have completed level 1 and level 2 of a pathway, or you must be a DTM. Those are the changes that are pretty significant. There are other changes in our rule book, and I would encourage everyone to take about 30 minutes and read through your rule book and get familiar with all the little particulars, the nuances. There's some things in there that if you don't read the rule book, then you'll be unaware, and it could be that your contestant rises to the area level or division level, and they could be disqualified if they are not adhering to the rule book. One of the things that is fairly new to the rule book is that if you reference another contestant or their speech, then you could be disqualified for that. So please read the rule book, get familiar with that, and learn what it is that your contestants need to know and what your duty holders need to know. So let's move to the next screen. Oh, quality contest planning. I am such a planner. I love to plan. I don't know about y'all, but, but I love planning. And I think that for me, this is a challenge because I'm learning a whole new program here. I'm learning so much, but I love planning. And I think that what really tugs at my heartstrings is being able to plan something where other people have fun, that they have a good time. And that's what I want for all of you and for all of the contestants, is to have a great experience. You know, you think about all the members who are competing, and some of them have to be encouraged to compete. Some of them are a little shy, not sure about getting up there on that stage or getting in front of the camera, but they do it. And with their encouragement, they gain more confidence. And the thing is that we want them to have a good experience. They're already nervous. They're already unsure of themselves. And we need to be prepared. We need to know the rules. We need to know what the plan is so that we can give them a good experience and we can have a good experience as well. And that's why I think that we need to all be familiar with the basics. Even though, say, if you're a contest judge, you still need to know what's going on with the ballot counters, with the contest master. It's just good to know what's going on in the background with the other players, because we are all one big team or one Toastmaster family, and we need to support each other so that we can have a successful year, a successful contest, and our members keep coming back for more. And I'm so excited about this. And I think about our members. If you think back about the members from District 50 that have made it to the top, we have had some pretty fabulous speakers, and they have made it all the way to the international stage. And I just feel like we can accomplish that again this year if we give our contestants what they need to be successful. And some of those things are going to be the checklist that we have and all the other resources that we have available to us on the website. So let's go to the next screen, please. We have several checklists and resources on the District 50 website, but the two that I think that are most valuable and most comprehensive are the D50 virtual contest role checklist and the contest checklist and planning guide. The first one is a checklist. You go down the list and check off everything as you complete it. The other one, the planning guide, is more of a spreadsheet, and they're both laid out differently. The planning guide is more of a timeline. So if that works for you, that's great. That might be the one that you want to use. Or maybe you just want a checklist. Maybe you want to use both of them or create your own tool for success. Whatever works for you, but be sure that you're following the rules that are set out for us in the rule book. And at the back of the book, you'll find even more helpful tips. So we have all sorts of resources out there. All you need to do is go on that website and find what works for you. Get familiar with what is available. We don't want to have to recreate the wheel. We want to use what we've got. And I will tell you that these tools that are out there have been put together by some very experienced Toastmasters. I know that Julia Stallings and Leslie Jabot have worked really hard, and Ram Venkat has worked exceptionally hard. They have really researched what is required for an outstanding contest, and it's all there. It's all there on the website for you. All you have to do is go find the one that works best for your style. Okay, so please make use of those.
Question on the website contest. Did Naomi just put in that's the link for tonight's session.
No, it's, if you go on the D50 website and you click the little
Contest.
yellow button for contests, and then you click contest resources, you'll get to the list that Diana's discussing.
Yes,
That's
thank
the
you.
one.
Underneath the chair section, contest chair section.
Yes, it's under the contest chair section. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie's real familiar with that document. She helped to write it, and so did Rom. He helped write the other one. Thanks so much. And it looks like Thomas has put the link there in the chat box. Thank you, Thomas. Okay, and so if you want to just log on there this evening and just take a look at those tools that are available, there are even some flyers that you can use as a guide, and they have just all the tools that you need if you're going to be a ballot counter. If you're going to be a contestant, you probably want to know what the judges are looking for, so you can look at that guide and see, okay, so how are they going to be grading the contestants? That would give you a leg up, you know, if you know what they're looking for, and you can practice your speech and fine tune it so that you will have a better chance of progressing to the next level. So I would encourage everybody to just go ahead and look at that this evening. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, so there are just a plethora of resources there. The chief judge, if you're going to be a chief judge, everything you need to know about being a chief judge is right there. There's the contest chair resources. There's a whole list of those. Even the Zoom master, as we've learned more about how to have a virtual contest, we keep fine tuning these resources. So I encourage you to go ahead and look at that as well. If you're going to be a sergeant at arms, or maybe if you're hesitant about being a sergeant at arms, look at that Zoom Master Corner, and you can learn a lot more about how it all works, and you can be comfortable with saying yes to taking on that role. And then Thomas has updated our virtual contest resources. Just about everything you need to know about virtual contest is right there. So I would just, like I said, encourage you to go to that website. It is just a wealth of information. And I have spent hours just reading through all of those documents and getting familiar with them.
Sure. The question may have been answered in the chat already, but another question came up. Is there available to share the checklist with us now? And is D50 is yet to update with fall contest resource? Can we expect it shortly?
Okay, which resource are we talking about specifically? Would be
They're looking for the script.
yes, the script. The script is in its final review today, and we hope to have it uploaded tomorrow. Thank you, Leslie. And Leslie helped to update the script, I think, in 2021. And we had planned to have in-person contests, and so revamp the script for that. And then we were going to do hybrid, so revamp the script for that. So we're on our third rewriting and manipulation of the script. I believe this one is it. Manny has approved it. We just need to go over it one more time this evening, and then we'll be posting it up on the website. But I thank you all for being patient with us for that. And some of you know that I am not a tech person, and I'm still navigating myself at learning how to get around on all the little tools here and trying to figure out how to manipulate all of the documents and such. And so it's been a learning experience for me too. And I do appreciate your patience with all of this, but I think we are ready to rock and roll for contests now. And I do thank you all for getting your flyers in I talked earlier about how creative the flyers are, and there are going to be a lot of fun contests. And I would encourage all of you to go look at the flyers that are already posted. A few of you have sent your flyers to me, and I have not had a chance to review them. And I review them, Joseph reviews them, and then we have another review of them together before we send them up to be posted. So there's a process there where we request that a document or a change be made to the website, and that can take up to 2 days for it to be uploaded. So there is a process to follow, and it's all for quality assurance. And I am thankful that we have a process and that we have people who are knowledgeable about how to update the documents. And I see someone was asking about the dignitary list. I have not clicked on that link. That is one of the very few links I haven't clicked on to see if it's been updated. So I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that whenever you are having your virtual contest, you don't have to call the dignitaries by name. What you simply do is you read the script and tell them, hey, okay, our dignitaries are here. We thank you for being here, and you give them a virtual wave. And speaking of the script, that's a tip I need to give you, is stick with the script. The script is written the way it is with a purpose. And that's because International has certain guidelines for us, and we need to adhere to those guidelines, and the contests all need to be uniform. It's not just District 50, it's all the other districts out there, the regions. We're all having to follow certain rules, and that's why the script is the way it is. So if you are the contest master, I encourage you to get very familiar with the script, and I will post it soon, I promise, but get familiar with it, read over it, become familiar with the flow of events on the script, and you'll have a much better time. You won't be so nervous when contest day rolls around. And with that, I believe we are ready to take questions.
Feel free to raise your hand or put your questions in the chat.
I have one, Diana.
Yes, ma'am.
How are we doing agendas? Are we doing agendas, programs? How are we doing that this year?
We have the programs that are on the website, and you'll fill those in.
The programs. Okay, so we're doing programs.
And it's the same as last year. Is that right, Diana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So for those that may not know, do you want to give just a little more information, Diana, that how they provide their participants, and then it automatically fills in?
Right. What you do is find out who your helpers are. Go ahead and recruit your helpers and fill in your program. So that last year, Rom had a link that he had created, and I'm not sure that we're going to use that I have asked the area directors to go ahead and fill in the program that is on the website, and just put in who all of your helpers are, your contest master, the contestants, and send that to me. If we do change that, I will let you know. Ram and I will be meeting this weekend to discuss that some more.
Yeah,
So
because our webmaster, Simon Cornelius, created this a couple years ago, isn't it, Leslie? So it automates that process. When I was an area director 6 years ago, we did fill in a Word document with little instructions that told you what to change. But now Simon was able to automate that, so it made it more straightforward, easier to do that last minute change where, oops, this guy's going to be timer. you know, instead of ballot counter, let's say.
Yeah, because it goes into, what happens is we each have our own individual link, and it goes into a Google Doc. So once we have our briefing, we know the order of the speakers. We go in there, we enter it into the Google Doc, and it automatic. Diana, you'll just go in there and generate it. You'll hit a button and it generates, and it automatically goes into the D50 site. So if, let's say 30 minutes before my contest, something happens and I got to switch roll holders, I can go in there and switch it, let you know, you can generate it, or Simon can even generate it, and it switches it right then and there. So we don't have to go in and send emails back and forth and all that stuff with the basically email document. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, it is. It's really a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, definitely have that further conversation with Rom.
Okay, well, yes, we'll.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
She came off mute. Sounds like she was answering her phone or something.
I think she was answering the phone.
Okay.
And I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Area, division, and up, they are virtual. For club contest, it's okay to have in person?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Go for it. We love it.
Thank you.
Yes, you're free to have in person if you'd like. Yes, ma'am.
Send pictures even.
Make
And you
everybody jealous.
Yeah, when
We
you get
are. You got it.
if you would like to circulate your flyers, you're not limited to just keeping your flyers on the district website. Go ahead and send them to other clubs and post them on your Facebook page, put them in Discord, just advertise. I mean, this is an easy way to advertise, and I love it. And so if you could just do that and create more excitement, and I think that would be good for your contestants as well. The more people who log in and watch the contest, I think that gives them more energy, even though we all have to mute our screens, during contest when the speaker is speaking. It still is more exciting when you have a large audience, right there supporting you, than it is if you only had 4 or 5.
This Saturday, we will have in-person contest with 6 human speech contestants and 7 table topic contestants.
Oh, Grace. Wow.
Yeah, I see somebody else had a question.
Real quick, hinted to the PR managers, or the VP Public Relations. Send those flyers off to your friends, your former members, your prospects, your guests of your club. Those club lists, if you use Free Toastos, send them out everywhere you can think of.
Oh, I love it. Can you repeat that again so everybody can hear?
So Free Toastos, I'm sure Easy Speak can do this too if you use Easy Speak, or just if you use mailing list. Like, send those flyers out to your mailing list. Get people's eyes on your flyers. Social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Zoom. There's video slides you can use in opening your opening waiting room screen. If you need help figuring it out, you can email me, contact me. I can walk you through how to set up a Zoom waiting room screen as well. Advertise it everywhere possible.
Excellent ideas. Okay. Well, I have a few other tips here that I do want to remind everyone of, and that is the contest master needs to follow the script. Yes, that's right. Follow the script. Of course, you add in a little bit of your own commentary at the beginning to get the energy up. And we want you to limit that to probably about 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. We want the contest chair to work with the contest master on the slides to be sure that they flow. So maybe you all can, the contest master can meet with the contest chair on Zoom one day and go over the script and go over the slides and make sure everything flows. We want everyone to have their briefings in advance of contest day, probably a week to 3 days before the contest. Get all of your forms turned in. If you're going to be a contestant and someone sends some forms to you to fill them out and send them in. It's just that easy, and it makes the contest flow much easier when you're not scrambling to find your form. And another thing is, if you compete or you have a contestant who's competing at area level and they move up to the division level and the district level, they still need to submit those forms. You don't just submit them once for that one contest. As you advance, you keep sending your contestant profile to the next level contest chair. There will be briefings. The contest or the chief judge will appoint the chief judge for the area and division contest. And then that chief judge will need to recruit judges for the contest.
And then I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
A showcase contest, no time disqualification for club level. Is that correct?
True. Yes, that's true.
The rule in the past, if you hold a contest, then you have to follow all the contest rule. The
Yes.
old rule is time disqualification in a contest in club level would disqualify to advance to the area level. So
Yes.
that rule would not apply anymore. Is that correct?
It
you
only
have-
does not. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You have the answer.
Right. That's two separate things. The showcase is not a contest. The showcase is informal. And you don't have to have, your 5 judges for your club contest. The members can vote. They can vote on which contestant will go and represent the club at the area level. That's for the club contest only. Okay.
So for that case, they can be disqualified with time. They still can represent the club to advance to the area contest
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
if they don't use judges. If they use judges as a contest.
No, you can do it however you want. Isn't that your understanding, Diana? Is that the value of adding the word showcase is you don't have to follow that really strict rule book. You can give feedback to your speakers, where otherwise a judge would not give feedback in a club contest, and I mean an area contest or division district. If you go with a showcase, you can still let them compete, even if they went over time or under time. You can coach them a bit more, do round robin feedback, even if you have judges. That's just the advantage. The rule book says, though, if it is a club contest and you go over or under time, you are disqualified and you may not advance.
So at the club contest, if they run overtime.
If it's a club contest, yes, they run over time, they get disqualified if you're using judges.
If you use judges, they disqualify. They cannot advance to the area contest.
No, okay, we're talking about club contests, right? Club contests, the rules apply. You got judges, you got contestants, they have to comply with the rule. Now, with the showcase, because I believe the question was showcase versus contest. With the showcase, there's flexibility.
Right.
Showcase, the time qualification will not apply.
No.
Correct. Do everything
Correct.
you're going to do anyway, Grace, for your contest, but just put the word showcase, and that just
Right.
taught you the ability to adjust as you need.
But you cannot run a contest and say showcase. So once
I
you
actually
use judges,
call
you
it
cannot.
both. I call it a club contest showcase, but maybe that's just me, because in my home club, they know it's a contest, but it's a showcase because we are going to use the showcase.
So if
relaxed rules.
as long as you apply the word showcase as the title of the program, then your people not have to be restricted to the time.
That's
regulation.
correct.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, and it only applies to the club level, because a club can
Right.
do anywhere from just selecting people. I say, oh, let's pick somebody on the call who's not an area director. Naomi, would you be the representative for this club? And you go, sure, I got humorous speech. I'm good.
Mm,
And then maybe we give her feedback, but we didn't actually have a contest.
right.
Maybe nicer to have a contest. All the way
Right.
from what you've got, Grace, where I forget the numbers, but you have, 7 to 9 in each
Mhm.
contest. So it's truly competition. This isn't just a walk away. I was asked and I'm going to do it. But
Mhm.
it's
Like
only
to-
the club where you have that range. Area, very strict. You must follow every rule to the T's.
I'd like
Somebody
to
said
ask the
yesterday that,
question.
Yeah, I think we
uh,
yes. Questions, Thomas?
I'd like to address the Zoom master. Is the Zoom master needed? I'd like to address that. I said this before we started this, and I wrote it in the chat too. So what yes, it's recommended to have at least 2 to 3 Zoom masters for sure. One for table topics breakout room to make sure contestants other than contestant 1 remain in the room. One
Correct.
main sergeant of arms in the main room and another to help admit. Feel free to even take on more sergeant of arms to help on the team as needed. In professional remote settings, virtual conferences, webinars, they all have hosting teams in reality. So each person focuses on 1 or 2 tasks tops.
yeah, you have to have a bare minimum of 2. That's the bare minimum because we have
Correct.
table. So
That's correct.
3 recommended, 4 is golden. If you can find 4, great, but bare minimum is 2.
Thank
That
you.
is- That is correct.
Are there more questions? We're running low on time.
We got a question.
My
Can-
hand is up.
First,
If you don't see it, I'm gonna speak anyway, because my hand is up, y'all, don't you see?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, good. My question is, who's responsible for the obtaining the Zoom masters? How will the area directors know where to get a Zoom master? Do you have something set up so that these Zoom masters will be available? Or how is this going to work?
I
I have that on my as an area director. I have that on my volunteer to sign up for as my part of my contest. So you grab your own Zoom master volunteers.
that is correct. But Mary, I'm thinking that you're probably asking if there's a list of Zoom masters for the district or so forth. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, I'm definitely asking who has taken
Okay.
that course and how do you know who they are and where they are?
We don't really have a list unless someone can help me and correct that. But typically
I can forward a list that Jean Gray supplied to me
okay.
last year.
Okay, thanks, Leslie.
I will
Can
send
you-
that out to the division directors, Mary. I'll send it out to the division directors and you guys can forward that out to the area directors.
Thank you so much, Leslie. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Leslie.
Point of order. If that list is a year old, we may want to check with those individuals first
True,
to see if they want to be on that list and if they want their name publicized as being available to be a Zoom master.
Okay.
Good point. Good point.
Diana and I talked about that. And at this point, everyone in the district has played around on Zoom enough to be qualified to step into the role. So we did not worry about pulling together a list.
Well, I must say that I've been on Zoom, but I wouldn't say that I'm qualified to be a Zoom master because even though I have training, I wouldn't say that I would, in a contest, step up to take that role without having a lot of help, y'all.
Right. And so, yes,
People doing breakout rooms.
knowledgeable of how that works because we all have people we know in our clubs or from different events that know how to operate Zoom and the breakout rooms. That's a critical thing as a breakout room. So Leslie will be helping as much as she can with supplying names if the persons are agreeable to having their names shared. So I thank you for that, Leslie. Okay. So are there any more questions?
There's a couple in the chat. Can non-members of a club, members of a different club participate in a club contest?
Non-members, non-Toastmasters, no. cannot be in a contest?
Members of a different club participate in a club contest
No, they have to be a member of the club.
of their own club. Yeah.
Of their,
Right. Correct. Now they
Um,
can be role holders of the contest. They can, but yeah, they cannot be a contestant.
yeah, they can join. Right?
Yeah.
They can
They join
Yeah.
in the play.
pay their dues, join and compete.
That's another thing I would like to mention real quick is that because there has been some technicalities about this in the past, is that if September 30th, 30 is the end of this cycle and October 1st beginning a new cycle. If you're paid through September 30, but say you won your area contest and now you get prepping for division contest in October, you have to be a paid member. Also, your club has to have at least 8 members paid, including yourself, for you to qualify for the division contest. Otherwise, you will not be able to compete. I know there have been some disqualifications like that over the past, or there was some rush, last minute payments that were made. But to avoid all that, please remember that even though you won while you were a paid member, if you move on to the higher level, you and your club have to be in good standing to compete. That's something very important to remember. Thank you.
Yeah, good point. It's those little details that'll get you every time. That's why we need to read through the rule book, because that is in the rules. I do remember seeing that. I know it's 29 pages, but you don't have to read all 29 pages because some of the pages are contest specific. Some of those pages are about the international contest, which is in the spring, not now. So you don't have to read all 20 pages, but do get familiar with the rule book. Okay.
Right.
We're going to wrap it up unless there's just one more question.
One more question.
One more.
Candidates for the elected district leadership positions for the term beginning the subsequent July 1st are ineligible to be contest official or as a test speaker. Can you throw some light on this question or on this?
Okay, repeat the question, please.
This coming out of the rule book. Candidates for the elected district leadership positions for the term beginning the subsequent July 1st are ineligible to be contest official or as a test speaker. Can you throw some light on this?
It's one of those things marked as a change in the rule book, page 8.
Right, and so we don't make those rules. They're just in there. They hand them to us, and they are marked. That's a good thing, is that you can go through your rule book and look, and there are little marks or indications there out on the left-hand side where the changes are.
If whosoever posted the question and they need some more clarifications in that, please have them send us an email to Quality Contest or send it to PQD, and we will certainly answer the question with consult with our chief judge for the district.
Yeah,
I believe, Manny, we need to get a ruling from Toastmasters International to what exactly this means. I think it means you cannot be a contest chair if you are running for division director or any of the other elected positions in the spring. Obviously, no one is yet a declared candidate. It's too early for that. But if you choose to run for, say, division director, club growth director, or program quality director, district director next year, then you would not be your own contest chair. Someone else would do that, like your assistant or another individual would be the chair. Does that make sense? And that's what I think we need to clarify is how far does this contest official go? Does it apply to judges? This question was brought up in a district leader training back in mid-year training earlier this year, 2022. But now it's officially added to the rule book. So that's the clarification that we need to ask of Toastmasters International contest group.
Kind of tough, because what if you don't know, and then you're do your contest, and then all of a sudden you decide to run? That's kind of one last question. Who will be the chief judge, and do we need separate chief judges for each area? The chief judge decision is determined by Stu. Stu will do all the chief judging, and so we don't have to worry about all that. That's all Stu.
That is correct.
Thank you, Stu.
Okay.
Thank you, Stu.
Thank you. Okay.
That is correct.
I would like for us to finish on time. We have about 2 to 3 minutes left. So I want to say thank you to all of you, whatever your role is in this contest season. I thank you for your time, for your dedication. And I know that with all of us working together as a team, as a Toastmaster family, we are going to have an outstanding contest season. We're going to have just some fabulous contests, and our speakers are going to do well because we're going to give them the support that they need. And that's my goal, to give you the support that you need. And I know that there are a few details hanging out there, but I am going to get to those. I'm learning as well. So I thank you all. And I'm going to return control of the floor to Manny to close this out.
Okay. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you for everyone who participated, whether questions or helping answering some of the questions today. Thank you, Zoom Master, Thomas, and everyone else who I did not mention that made this session a success. Thank you so much, area directors, division directors, contest chairs. I also want to remind you all, lastly, Naomi, thank you so much for putting all this together with Zoom links and so forth, and our esteemed district director. Thank you for being here with us today. I also lastly want to remind everyone to please attend the mock contest session on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. The information with the link will be posted on the website, and Diana will also be sending an email out to the area directors, division directors, and contest chairs, so that you all will be able to see more about the technicalities of the contest. Julia will be demonstrating what's the best way to present yourself when you compete in a virtual contest, where the contestants stand, lighting requirement, center point of the room, etc., etc. All the little technicalities of doing a great performance will be shown on Saturday. So we request that everyone please make a special effort to attend. With that said, I want to say thanks again, Diana and team. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, and you all have a wonderful evening.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Diana.
Thank you.
Go ahead and send it to the cloud, Thomas.
Naomi, thank you. Thomas, thank you so much. Diana, thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Great, my
It-
life went crazy.
It was a blast. Leslie, if you're still there, thank you so much for all your help, and everyone else who's still here. Whether you
Great job.
ask a question or not, thank you so much. I really feel that this was far better than I ever anticipated. And I'm certain Diane and I were very, very, very pleased. And of course, we couldn't do it without you, Naomi, and Thomas, and everyone else. Thank you.
Right. Thanks to our tech team.